is Mama Mia X. I would like to highlight my ladies first. I had a baby when I was 17 years old. I didn't think I was going to make much of my life outside of being a cashier and working in retail. I worked at Peaches Records, and I worked at Walgreens. But I loved music. Fell in love with music in 1979, and no matter what I went through, I never stopped writing music. It wasn't overnight for me. I jumped in the game in 1984, didn't put a record out until I was 22, didn't see a platinum record until I was 27. Don't give up. Don't stop dreaming. Don't stop writing your dreams out. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't dream and that you can't be. Because I'm living proof. I've been on food stamps, been on welfare, been on Medicaid, had an abusive relationship, had 2 children by 2 different men. And I still did what I wanted to do, which was live my dreams. You can live yours. Don't let nobody stop you. They can't get in your way. What's for you is exclusively yours. No look, no time, no money, nothing nobody can do is gonna stop that as long as you stay on track. I never lost sight the fact that I wanted to do music, no matter what. With 2 babies in the studio, with 2 babies on the bus. Don't ever, ever stop dreaming. And don't ever stop chasing that dream. Trust me, you can do it. It ain't no time limit on what's for you, because what's for you is yours. So don't think of this month, this year, how many years passed. It took me 13 years to finish a book. Don't tell me you can't do it. Period.
Hey guys, welcome back to Couch Conversations with Shatara. On this episode and this month's theme, it's called Uncovered. It's the truth behind the lights. It's the truth behind the fame. It's the truth behind the smile. Strap up because we're going to take you on a ride. And first up, we have the biggest Mama Mia. I don't know if y'all ready, but I'm ready because listen here. I know Mama Mia have all the jewels for us, okay? So come on as we start. So Mia, who is Mia X? We get to see you. I grew up listening to you. Everybody in New Orleans know who Mia X is. Everywhere know who Mia X is. And so that's what we have. But outside of the records, outside of the Instagram, outside of what we can visibly see, who is Mia X?
You know what's funny? Mia X is exactly who you see.
Uh-huh.
I'm at home, and if I go on Instagram in my bonnet, that's exactly what's happening. My friends are my friends.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a stalker of my children, my grown children. But for the most part, it's not a whole lot of layers. That's different from the layers that anybody else has.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm pretty much the same person. I think when I'm performing, I'm more of an extrovert. And I feel like it's my responsibility to be an extrovert because I'm in a business where the support of the people is what sustained me and helped me to maintain. So I'm always taking pictures and smiling and yes, I want to hold your baby. I really do. But when I'm not in public, I am usually home with a book, a weed, a beer, and a remote.
Come on. A weed, a beer, a remote, and a book.
Yeah.
That's the Mia X that we don't get to see.
But you know, that's the Mia that most of the people from the 7th Ward and people that was teens in the 80s with me, most of them, they know me. They know I love to read books. And they know I love to stay inside. I do. I went out for work, and now even when we do shows and things like that, it's work related. Then I go get right back.
Get right back in the bed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I get this vibe from you that it's not a, oh yeah, she thinks she's this, oh yeah, she's that on TV or on the radio, but they ain't who she really is. Like, I get this vibe that you're like a genuine person, like the person that you are. Like everybody around you, like you said in the 7 Ward, anybody in the 7 Ward know that you're an extrovert on stage, but you're an introvert when you're not there. So like you are genuinely who you are, and there's no type of no. You know how people have like to come back to throw something on your name. You done made it. You were successful. You know, all of these different things. But it's like, you know what? Yeah, she was successful, but this. I just feel, I get this vibe that, no, yeah, you are successful, but there is no but.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm an extraordinary person. And I think that we should instill that in our children.
Yes.
My parents did instill that in me and Ashley. But I don't think I'm above anyone else.
Yeah.
It's okay to feel like you are extraordinary, but you are not supposed to look down. So, for me, like I have this hairstyle right now, and it's like so funny for me and my sister because our mom was a real dread. She would call this bathroom dreads. And anytime you have gels and slickums and bangs and oh my goodness, God forbid, fake dreads. But my mom was a real dread, and she made us read and love our people and love our community. And so it's hard for me to really be a diva in that uppity sense because we grew up really grounded and really helping people and interacting with people. So that's why all the rest of that stuff is fluff. I just like the makeup and to look cute. You know?
Yeah.
I just like to be like, ooh, wait, I'm a little cute. But, you know, at the end of the day, there are so many sisters moving and shaking and so many people that's striving to get to that level. And I just kind of like to sit back and watch all that unfold. That's like some good stuff, you know?
No, I can definitely see you mentoring some of the ladies in this era on how to be that way, because they don't make them like that anymore. It's hard to say that I am successful and I came from so much and I've done so much, I've accomplished so much, but yet I still just want to lay inside in my bed and not be seen or not be above anybody else or not allow social media to take you to a whole nother place. So that they don't make them like that anymore, and we need more people like this.
I still would come to your on your porch and drink beer and eat crawfish. Like that's what was happening to me when I was number 2 on Billboard's Top 200. I was getting off the plane, going straight by my AT, eating crawfish on the porch in my slippers, like my cousins. You know, I would so go to somebody's house with my bonnet on. I would
even on the top 200. You was even on a Billboard.
Because, you know, it's just, you only get one you. And we can't let a lot of stuff change us. We can't do that. That's like fake to allow what you do to change you. Now listen. You're gonna make some changes for the better.
Yes,
but
you
I
will.
said not change you. You know, so I can understand when you make more and you wanna live better and you wanna see better for your children. But like I said, we can't look down on the next person.
Yeah.
And we have to stay grounded.
Yeah.
You know, like it's my dream to retire in the 7th Ward. Some people want to retire behind gates.
Yeah.
Well, I did that and I understand what that's like and that's really cool. But my connection was more around
To your hood.
Yeah.
That's deep.
You know, and not like from a hood perspective, but from the women that that watched me grow up, that I had to speak to coming and going to the store, and just for like the preservation of some things. Like I'm in a night ward now, and I'm really happy. You know, I want to be where our people really laid some good stuff down, because like y'all are so young and pretty little babies, but see, I can remember when it was a different New Orleans.
Yeah.
You know, it was a different New Orleans. I remember when the Ninth Ward was something really special.
Okay.
When ownership was so strong in the Ninth Ward, and they were so self-contained, like they had the annual Ninth Ward balls and all kinds. Used to come on TV.
Really?
Man.
So the city was special like that?
Man, this city was something when it came to the culture, and when it came to the strongholds in the community. Like, you know, a lot of grandmothers had that property 50 and 60 years before we even came about. You know, properties was in families and on the sense of community. You say mentor, but I don't know about that, because see, some people are so not willing to receive, and I don't want the children to think that they could tell me anything, because I'm a mama that will.
Get the belt.
Yes. But see, I grew up where we didn't have a choice. We didn't have a choice, and what Miss Such and Such said.
Yes.
Well, these children are at the roll like that.
At all. And we got to bring that back. That's the special part of you. You know, like, just to be able to, like, I'm telling you, the vibe of how you are, like, it's here. Like, legit. Like, sitting next to you. I don't know the ins and out of you, but I feel it. Like, it's just all in there. And we need that. Like, we really do. And I'm very big on the community. I'm big on kids. I'm big on women empowerment. I'm big on all of that. And, you know, we need people who are willing to go the extra mile for their sister, or to go the extra mile for someone else's kid, because we have to draw them back in as a culture. And that's why I say that. Like, I just legit.
That's what my mom, look, that's who my grandmother was. But, you know, sometimes I'm like, I'm a little bit my mom.
Yeah, I definitely get it. I definitely get it.
My mom really did go head first, though. My mom went to the store and bought clothes for people's children, and she'd knock on the door, go to the crack house, knock on the door and tell them, send their children to get breakfast and to get dressed for Sunday school. She was taking them to church. If you sell their clothes or something, you know, she would threaten them. My mom was like heavy in the community.
Yeah.
Now with me, you know, if I'm faced with a whole bunch of rejection, then I'll let people do them, because that was one thing my mom did with us. You know, she would fuss, she would punish, and then if that didn't work, she would say, "Okay, you go see." And we did.
And you did.
Oh my goodness.
And so when you say rejection, faced with rejection, rejection is a very strong word. It's a strong hold as well. And for you to say, if you're faced with rejection, you let people be, is that because you were faced with rejection growing up? Why is rejection why is that an issue for you? That if you keep saying no, or you don't want to have what I'm giving, why not keep going? Because, okay, she might not want it, but the next person would. But your words were, if I'm faced with rejection, then I just let them be. So why is that?
Yeah, if she doesn't want it and she does, then I'll move right on to her. And it's really not deep. I didn't have any rejection as a child. It's really not deep. It's almost like maybe me being like an a-hole. You can curse on your show?
Yes, go ahead.
Well, I was saying, maybe it's just me being an asshole, because, baby, I'm not running my pressure up for nobody. Because when I'm stretched out, and I'm having a wake and a funeral in 100 years when I go.
Yeah.
But I'm not letting nobody stress me out. You have to want it. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I'm a little bit of an ass kisser because I chase them a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, come on, you sure? Let me just holler at you. But if it's not what they want, then when the time is right, they'll tap
come
me.
back.
What I won't do is reject them.
Gotcha.
Now, I'm going to back off if you reject me, you know, because I'm not going to force you. But whenever they come around and want to talk or want to just tell me how they feeling, because mainly that's what I want to know, how they feel.
How you can help them and what's going on.
I'm a roll with them, but if they me a who or me a nobody, deuces, honey. Oh, you ain't gotta worry about me.
You throw the deuces real quick.
What? You ain't gotta worry about me.
That's
Get out your way.
You'll get out the way.
Your way.
And sometimes you just need to have that. You was a teenage mom.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
So I was in love with hip hop.
That was a movie that said that, right? I was in love with hip hop. What was it? With Omar Epps, I think, and
Loving Basketball.
No, not Loving Basketball. It was him, but it was Sanaa Lathan.
Okay.
Boris Kojoe. What was it?
Oh,
Not The Wood. It's gonna come to my mind, but there's a movie where she said she fell in love with hip hop, and when you said it, it just made me think of that.
So check this out. That's
Okay.
the truth. I could do a lot of stuff. I was a real good hairstylist at Stevenson's Academy. I ain't never want to be nothing but a rapper.
Come on.
Ever. Never wanted to be nothing but a rapper. Been getting teased since the 80s. Never wanted to be nothing but a rapper. But I'm going to tell you something.
Come on, tell me, Mia. Tell me.
You know what is stronger than like the love of your career? The love of the opposite sex.
Come on. Yeah.
Talk about a distraction when you are need boy. Yeah. You know, and you just want to. So the phones, y'all, was on the wall with the long thing. And you just against the wall. And you can't sit down because the cord not long enough, but you got a crook. Because you hugging this phone. And one of my cousins tried to scare me about sex. I put it in the book. Show ya. Okay, I gotta get my book. So she tried to scare me about sex and told me after you have sex, you have to get this exam with a cooking spoon.
Oh.
So yeah, I kept pushing my boyfriend away every time he tried to tell me. And then finally one of my cousins said, "That's a lie."
Oh, that's all you needed to hear, huh?
She didn't lie about the sex part hurting. But the exam and all of that later, that was a blatant lie. But however, yeah, you when I was coming up, we had pills, we had condoms, and we had foam.
Okay.
And that was what we had, birth control. And I used to sneak out the house and go to grown clubs. Because I wanted to rap, and I wanted to hear rap music. And I never was sneaking out for boys.
It was for rap.
So when people thought that I was going to clubs just because maybe I wanted to see a boy, I wasn't big as a minute, but you know, I still was in clubs where I would see grown folks. So my grandmother told my mama, take me to the doctor and give me some pills. I wasn't having sex. So got to the doctor, and the doctor proved that I wasn't having sex. So we didn't get the pills. So we go back to my mom's house, and my mom said, "Where the pills at?"
My mom wanted them pills.
And my mama went to explaining that I, you know, hadn't had sex yet, and my mom said, "Y'all still should have got the pills. 15, 16, 17, summertime, they fucking."
Oh yeah.
And she was right. Because the following summer, I was pregnant.
You got pregnant.
And then what was so stupid, I say this in my book, that I could have went to mom and my mom and got some pills. Like, I really could have. But listening to my mom brag about, because everybody think when she go out, like she was going with a boy and, she's not even having sex. I didn't even want to go say, well, look, I'm ready. When that's all I had to say.
That's all you
I
had
had
to
that type of mom where I just had to be, she was so honest till she made you just feel like, ooh, so I could have, and I don't know why I felt like that would let her down. No, I had to go say I'm pregnant.
Which really would put a dampen in her heart. What could you say to parents or even kids that, having that experience that you had with having the mom that was open? Some kids have a parent that isn't open. And so how do you go about having that talk? Like, so it's not, because I got pregnant at 15. I can remember my dad on the phone saying, because you better not be having sex, and I better not ever get the call about this, that, and the third. And I remember, and my heart is sinking because I know I'm pregnant. And he's telling me how I better not be having sex. I'm his baby, I'm this, and he's just going to town about how much he loved me and how much I have this box and how this box is so sacred and how I should never give it to anybody. I mean, going to town, and I'm listening, but I'm crying and I'm sinking because I'm pregnant. I couldn't tell him that. I couldn't tell my mama. And I would leave out the house. I would run out the house. I would eat, run out the house, and go throw up on side the house. Because as soon as I ate, the throw up came. So I could never throw up inside. So I had to go run outside and throw up. And my sister called me throwing up, and she was like, I know what's going on with you. And I was just like, whatever you do, don't say nothing. Because my daddy just told me he better not hear that I was having sex and how I got this secret box and how this is what they wanted. And the inside of me was dying. So I couldn't say anything. What could you tell people who in a situation that like I was in, that I couldn't tell mom or dad, but then you were in a situation where you had to, like, your mama was really open, your grandmother was open. You could have had that conversation. How do we go ahead on and take that step and make it comfortable for our kids to be able to say, no, ma, this is what it is?
I think we have to be honest with our children. A lot of times, children are not even aware of the things that their mothers and fathers have been through. And sometimes we hold on to that and keep that wall up. But I think in order to have the right conversations with your children, you have to be honest. You have to tell them the things you did and the things you experienced, because that's what makes dialogue, I think the easy access to dialogue, that's what makes it when you have this open door policy with your kids, when your kids can say, well, my mom told me this. You see, I remember my mom said, I've been giving you too much credit, Mitty. She called me Mitty. She said, you're kind of stupid. See, I had a treasure chest of knowledge and gems my entire life, from two women who was in my life constantly who was far from stupid. But, even having all that, girl, you will make a knucklehead decision and still, like me, I would still just sometimes do things that I know mama and my mom taught me better. I would make, and that's going to happen with our children. Sometimes we're going to instill, and they're not going to use what you instilled in them at the moment, but at a later date, they will. Because I got the opportunity, like I said, I feel like I lived when I was 26, because I made something of myself, and I did it while not hiding my children, while not pretending that they didn't exist. That was so great for me. But as far as parents and children and feeling like you can't talk to somebody, you gotta find somebody. It's not always gonna be your mama. My daughter, we talk like best friends. But my cousin Bunny, she will call Bunny and tell Bunny some stuff. Or call her Auntie Sunshine and tell her some stuff. And that's like with me. I would tell my mom everything. I would tell my mama some stuff. Then I had my Auntie Stella that I talked to. You have to find
that person.
You got one OG somewhere, young lady. She not afraid to tell you what she been through. And she's not afraid to help bridge the gap. Like sometimes you need somebody to come in and be that mediator with you and your mom. Sometimes you need somebody to reel your mama in and say, "Nah, hold it. You was just like it. Don't forget what you did." Yeah, because sometimes we'll forget and we just want our babies to stay our babies and be right. But it don't work like that. It don't work like that.
In the process of you being pregnant at a young age, did it do something to you? Did you have a sense of where you felt like I let them down, or you felt like I can't do this, or you felt a sense of depression, or you felt a sense of how am I gonna make it? Did they ever talk down to you like, oh, you ain't, you made this stupid decision and you're not gonna be anything, and now you got a kid at a young age, and who's gonna want you? Like, did you have to go through that stage of things?
No, my mom just told me, I hope that little boy ain't shot a dream up your ass along with that little baby.
Oh.
That's what my mom said. She was like, but we gonna help you. You're gonna be fine, and this baby is gonna be fine. But personally, I was extremely deflated because, like I said, I had a lot of knowledge and wisdom and conversation, like right here, and I didn't have to get pregnant if I would have just been assertive and honest. But there was a fear for some reason, and it shouldn't have even been, now that I reflect on it. But I should have told my mom, hey, I'm ready, but I didn't. And because I didn't, and now I'm pregnant, I felt like I disappointed them. I felt like they gave me every tool to use as far as how to maneuver in life, and they said go right, and I just second line to the left.
That's what they do.
But if a young girl can avoid running into any brick walls, like avoid it. If an OG tell you, and I say OGs because I'm gonna tell you about that with ladies, but if an OG tell you, don't waste your time and do that, don't waste your time. Especially when it comes to matters of the heart.
Yeah.
And I say OG because like your mom, she's gonna tell you not to keep any licks. Your mom is gonna show you how to read. If it's not a mom, it's an aunt, it's a grandma. They showing you how to read. Your mom is showing you how to pray. Showing you how to make your first letter. Your mom is the first gangster you will ever meet.
Come on. Come on, gangster.
So that's why I say that. Your mama, your grandma, your auntie, sometimes your big cousin. Any woman that has been a matriarch in your life, that is the first gangster you meet. And even when it come down and dirty to head a household with mama and daddy, and the children say, well, daddy, can we? Daddy said what your mama said.
Ask your mama what your mama said.
Yeah. So that's the first gangster you meet. And it's important that young girls connect with an OG. Connect with one that's going to tell you the truth, and that is going to value, your outcome. Because for me, when I connect with young girls, I just want to see them in 5 years. Like when I watch my sister and her friends. They all New Orleans public school educated. Every last one of them is a doctor.
Oh.
It's more than,
that's really
more
good.
Than 5. More than 5. So, seeing them come up, letting them take my car, and all kind of stuff. Breakfast shit, bumper fall off. I don't know what they used to be doing. But seeing them, my sister went through everything I went through,
Mm-hmm.
and still finished medical school with honors. So seeing them be these little girls,
Mm-hmm.
then these teens, seeing them go to college, and then calling every last one of them doctor.
Mm-hmm.
That is so gangster to me.
Mm.
So when I connect with a girl and she said, well, I'm in hair school or I'm doing this, I like to see her in 5 years to see if she flipped that into other hustles or if she's just, parlaying with it.
Mm-hmm.
I like to see that.
You like to see that?
Yes.
That's real good. You really Mama Mia, okay? In 1999, you lost your mom.
Yes.
Your mom was killed.
Yes.
7-8 months later, you lost your dad.
Yeah.
And then 8 months later, you lost your grandma. You lost Mama.
My mom.
And so you were hot on the charts. You was hot in the music scene, all of those different things. How was that?
Well, it was devastating because, I had small children.
Mm-hmm.
And Mama and my mom were very, very hands-on with the children.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom and my papi, they lived with me. I made them come and live with me because I lied and told my mom I was going to get a nanny to keep the kids. My dad drove trucks and sometimes my mom would be on the road with him. So I lied and said that a nanny was going to come and live with the kids. And my mom packed her stuff
And
so
said was like,
fast.
oh no, not my grandkids.
Yes, because I bought my mom a house, the exit right before mine.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, well, me and Mama, we can't be out here. And my mom, like, that don't work. Mom and my mom lived next door to each other, and we was like triplets.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to make this decision.
Mm.
All I had was my mom and my grandmother. I had to be a mom. So that meant I had to leave the industry. My sister was just graduating from Xavier.
Mm-hmm.
I watched her read encyclopedias from front to back,
Mm-hmm.
from A to Z, on our porch. Put the book down to go and play volleyball in the street or something.
Mm-hmm.
Come back and pick it back up. There was no way she was going to sit out. If she was going to sit out, it was going to be because of her choice.
Mm-hmm.
But she was not going to sit out to watch my like I wasn't going to have that. I
Gotcha.
watched this girl, literally start from Jones School
Mm-hmm.
to Beauregard to Ben Franklin. I watched this girl and I was like, oh, well, this is where I get off. Now, it's been a good run. Did some things for Mama, did some things for my mom, did a lot of things for the family, but they gone. So I have to leave this game and it's time to be a grown woman. Because, see, I still wasn't a grown woman. My mom cooked every day, and my mama cooked. Mama paid all my bills. I didn't even know what the damn electric company in my city, I didn't even know what the name was. I didn't know none of that.
Because they paid all the bills.
And I told her, put Manny Fresh got everything in my mama name. I was too paranoid to have a light bill in my name because that was during the time people used to come knock on your door with their CDs and stuff. So no, I didn't know none of that. I didn't have to worry about that kind of stuff like food and soap powder and toilet paper and clean house and it's everything for the children done. So when I came in town, I could take my children and do something fun. I could look over their homework. I could pick them up from school. We can catch up, and they slept in the bed with me when I came home. But Mama and them handled everything.
Everything.
That was over. And over their dead bodies would a stranger come in. So I had to learn how to be a woman, learn how to go and pay my bills, and take care of the children and just balance the things that women balance.
Mm-hmm.
It was my turn.
It was your turn to handle that. Mia, talk about your mental and emotional state for that, because we're not talking about, okay, you lost your mom.
No.
We talking about you lost your mama. A few months later, you couldn't even finish grieving.
Yeah, like I lost my baby daddy. 30 days later, lost my mama. You know, and then daddy. No, I couldn't. I couldn't grieve. I don't think I grieved until 2007. And I tell people about when you function with mental illness. Because I was running 3 clubs, you know, having nights at 3 clubs in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And still was coming home taking the battery out the phone and put the phone in the drawer and wouldn't talk to nobody until it was time to do those club days. I cooked food.
Mm-hmm.
So get up, cook the food, execute the night perfectly, and then come inside and get in the bed. And so like 6 months, my friends hadn't heard from me. And they would call me. I had a house phone, but I would say, I'm asleep when bed's up. And so one day, my son said, Mom, I was like, what? He said, the police here. So I'm like, what do the police want?
What the police want?
But check this out. One of my partners, we met in 8th grade at Andrew J. Bell. She became the police. And she is my partner. Like the first big old gang fight I ever had was in the Lafitte Project, because I decided to walk home from school with her and her sister. And they had some stuff with some other sisters. But she became the police. So she had been calling me, but my phone, I take it to loose. So she was like, Mia Young, I got on the plane, girl. Came knock on your door. What is wrong? So I told her, I said, I think something is wrong. I think something, so I checked out at some point with all the funerals and so many different things going on. And I said, I just didn't want to talk to nobody. I really think I just had like a mental breakdown. I said, well, I just like shut it off. And she was like, well, you have to turn it
back on.
Because this is not right. This is not healthy. You're not supposed to be this way. You're not supposed to not talk to anybody. And then she came in my room. I used to pull the back of my hair out. I used to just yank it.
Nervous?
Just watching TV and just yank it. And sometimes it would bleed. And so she saw my pillow and she was like, oh, what the hell? No, this is not right. So I went and talked to someone.
A counselor?
Yes.
You went to a counselor?
So I could lay everything on the line and just talk about the way I was feeling. When you are head of household, and I don't mean in an individual household, I mean your family. When you are head of household, it's not much room for grief. It's not much room for feelings. It's not much room for emotion. And so that had been the way it was for me for years.
For years.
So, nobody was really used to me expressing things, and I had so much to do, I didn't have time to express it. And so you
internalize it and compress it.
Yeah.
And for women, it happens often.
Yeah.
Because we have to deal with the kids.
Yeah.
We have to make sure we cook. We gotta make sure the house is together. We have to make sure homework is done. We have to make sure that the kids make doctor appointments. We have to make sure that we go to the whatever parent-teacher conference. We gotta go to work. We still have to do every single aspect of life, but we can't deal with our own mental or emotional state because we have to keep it together for them. have to keep it together for them.
But
The man,
guess
he can
what?
go to work, but we got to
Gotta
keep it together.
You know what? This is the how to go at the end of that rainbow is this. We have to stop and understand these facts. So if we are not healthy, we cannot keep anything together. And so that was the fear for me. Like, hold up now. If you break down, you old rusty wagon, well, ain't one other rusty wagon behind you coming. So your physical and your mental health is
very important.
It's first. You have to take some time to say no, it's first, because if I fall apart, it all falls apart. And my mental care is vital to how the family is gonna keep progressing. Yeah,
that's a fact. I read that you said that had you not stepped away from the business, from the music, from the industry, that people would see you cracking up in person.
I think so.
What does that mean? When you say people would see you cracking up, people would see you literally going crazy in person, what does that mean?
Do you remember some of the things that Kanye was doing? So I believe that Kanye had to grieve in public. He still kept doing shows. He still kept doing interviews. He still kept working. I don't think there was enough time between the time that his mom passed and the time that he went back to work. I don't think there was enough time for him, as close as him and his mom appeared to be. You can see that they was like this. Me and my mama was too. And so I think that I needed the time that I had in the bed to cry. I think I needed the privacy to shut down, because when you work in the public eye and then you have to bring your personal life in the public eye, then you don't know what you're gonna get when you're grieving. And so I definitely feel like I probably would have spazzed out at some point over the smallest thing. Like, that's light pink and that's lighter pink. It might have sent me completely
over.
Yes. So I think that's why I said that. I feel like Kanye should have took a little more time off.
I read you said that. You was like, he should have took like 6 months off and then get back to the business. But
just
then you think about it.
Your mommy.
But what do you think about momentum wise? So had he taken off, or even like just to say for you, like you had already made the decision to step away. So you weren't taking off. You were quitting.
I was not.
For him taking off, and you think about a momentum of things, and so is the dream or the goal or the thing at hand that important to say that I can't let go because of the way this industry roll. If I stop, then I could get left behind like that. I still can grieve. I'm strong enough to handle it. But for you, like, it's like two different situations. You took time off, but you like let go of it. With him not taking time off, and we did see him act up in the public eye, and people still see him as legend. They still see him as
because he is. See, this is the thing. Really good artists put records out like once every 3 years, sometimes every 5 years. So he is a talented kid, and so I don't think 6 months would have hurt him.
Gotcha.
I don't even think a year would have hurt him. And like, I still pack arenas, and I don't even put music out. Betty Wright told me that nobody can take away your gift because it's God's given. And for some it's a gift of song. And he has a gift of song and a gift of music. I don't think it's going anywhere. Even when he do things not to have you like scratching your head, I think that is his gift, and I'ma stand on it. I wish he would have took some
time off.
Yeah, I'm gonna like stand on that because if he was a friend of mine, I would have been on the phone saying, "So look here, bro. I think you need to shut everything down and just
grieve."
Yeah, because you know that you have the grieving process, and then you have the procession of the things. Where you have to figure out what to do with the thing. Like he had all of that going on, and I think is he like our only child or something? That's like a lot.
Yeah, that is definitely a lot.
Yeah, so I think even when you feel fine,
you're not all the time.
Just take a little time to double check, like, okay, because you don't want to end up putting your earring in your chin in front of everybody because you having one of them moments. Everything ain't for everybody.
It's not. And so that's what it looked like for you having to, to deal with it and having to step away to say, no, I have to raise my children. I have to cook for them, and I have to make sure that my sister continues on. What my mom and what my mom did for the family is now something I have to take hold to. So how are you able to be the matriarch of the family and grieve? Because you left the business to grieve, but you left the business to still work. You just was working in a different aspect. So how were you strong enough to take on the shoes of mama and mama and still grieve?
My mom always say this, I say it a lot now, and it's all women know how to do is just do. And so that's the only answer I have for that, because there is no educated answer. There's no answer that's going to connect the dots. I just did, because women just do. And my mom used to say built for it all the time. Who's built for it? If you're built for something. People would get in trouble. Sometimes she would say that boy is not built for prison. It's not going to be good. Or if someone went through something and we wondered, if they were pulled through, she would say, oh, it's going to be all right.
He's built for that.
So life and grief and family and situations and balance, women are just built for it. I think that is why God chose us to be the mother of civilization, because it's a certain strength. So I don't have an answer. I just know what had to be done. And as a mom, when it comes down to the children, you just gotta figure it out.
Yes.
And the funny thing, you will never as a parent stop figuring it.
No.
They always, me and my baby, we just get on the phone for hours, and I just have to listen. And then after we finish, I have to figure out what I can do to make it better, because the parenting, it don't never stop. But
never stops.
I had to step away from the game to do what women do every day. So it wasn't that it was so special. I'm happy that my children feel that it was special, because they feel like they had a really good childhood. And where I felt shame sometimes, I used to tell them, I know mama wasn't there all the time. I was always at work. But they totally get it, So that's like rewarding, but we just do.
We just do it. God wired us that way. He definitely wired women like that. Do you have any regrets from stepping away from the music industry after the death, the loss in your family, making that decision?
I don't really have. I have regrets with the way some things turned out. Like, I think if I would have stayed in music, we probably would have made a lot of music as a unit at No Limit. But I think when I left,
the way things turned out, like maybe like one artist may be in jail, one artist may be, like that, meaning that way turned out like, okay, so they turned, once you left, it almost was like you were the glue.
I just felt, I kind of felt like they would just put up with my boring antics, but I think that was kind of like a security blanket for everybody, because I would make everybody come in my room and like watch a movie.
So you had Mystical, you had Fiend, you had
watching
Murder.
Animal
You
Planet.
had them in the room watching Animal Planet.
Oh my goodness, our favorite episode, the kangaroos fighting. Oh my goodness. Like two dudes on the block. Yes.
You know you the mama when you can have the gangsters, the rappers, when you can have them all sitting down watching Animal Planet.
All the girls.
All the women.
Say, no, we gonna sit and watch this, and when we finish, it's gonna be time to go get on the plane. Yeah. So that's, I think about that, but I have no regrets from stepping away from the game at all, because I have children.
Yeah.
And they are always going to be my first priority, even though they are grown and going. I had to do it because I had to do it.
You had to do it.
Yeah.
Abusive relationship.
Yeah.
Abusive relationship. When we hear abusive relationship, we think of, okay, physical abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse, verbal abuse. What does it, in your case, what does your abusive relationship mean?
Physical.
Physically abusive?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Physical. I've been physically abused. I don't think I've ever been verbally abused, because I'm pretty sharp.
Yeah, so it's like, no, you say what you got one coming back. He said one, you got five going back.
Come for me with them words, you might as well put your hands up. So I had an 8-year relationship, and we had 5 fights, and we shouldn't have had one.
Okay.
We had fights, and some fights were bad. You know what's so funny? I remember saying, if somebody hit me, I'm leaving.
Yes.
So I got hit.
And you didn't leave.
No.
Did you think it was love?
No.
So you never confused the two?
I knew it was a fight.
Okay.
That was the thing.
Because you was from the street? That's why you knew it was a fight? Or how did you?
No, because well, maybe because I was from the street, because my mom used to say, a woman who doesn't have any street experience can mistake slaps for kisses.
That's a good one.
And so, what else used to say, you have to know your hell yeah and your F no.
Okay.
And a fight is a fight, and a fuss is a fuss. Now, what it's about?
Gotcha.
So, I never mistook love.
Gotcha.
It was like, no, when we were saying this, I said this, you said that, we said this, and we had a fight.
And it resorted into a fight.
Yeah, like one thing I can't do is, in every situation of being in a violent relationship, I was not the victim every time.
Okay.
Because there were situations that could have been avoided, and I let my temper just do its thing. And I wish that my half a century-old self talking to my 27-year-old self, it would be a totally different conversation and mindset. But I fell in love with someone that had been incarcerated for a long time, and when he came home, he was a man of means, and he had a lot of money. He was always a man with a lot of money and a lot of things, and he always took care of home, and he always had his lady looking a certain way. So now he was in this relationship where anything that he did for me was lagniappe. that was kind of a hard pill for him to
Because
swallow.
you was made up. You were.
And it was a hard pill for him to handle the spotlight. You see, women, we built for it.
Yeah.
If your daughter marries a football player, she's not gonna have a problem stepping aside while the ESPN cameras do their thing. If she marries a singer, she'll do the same at red carpet. She'll let all the women call him their husband, their baby daddy, and all the cameras, and she'll just play her position. She's used to her entertainer man telling her, okay, I got a 1 o'clock in the morning studio session, 1 to 5. That's the block. That's a hard thing for a lot of men.
Yeah.
You know, that's a hard thing. You know, like I gotta go to the studio when I leave, and I'm probably gonna get out about 3 in the morning. I gotta say that. You know, well, I'm about to go. I'm gonna lay down for a little while, and I got to go.
You gotta go.
And you know, hearing the people, the guys, I was plus size, and that was nothing. Them guys liked me, and that was hard for him. So a lot of times he would be mean to me just because he was the one I liked. Those were the kind of little stupid games that would end up in the situation, and so that made me a little jaded when it comes to, like, if people ask me advice, you know, in terms of I'm just getting my rap career started, and me and my girl. I want to say, baby, you might want
only if you knew.
Go get it all and then go get the wife. I don't even know what to tell you because it's gonna be hard.
It's gonna be hard.
You're gonna have so many fights, not physical fights, but arguments over nothing.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard.
Oh man.
Did that affect you in any type of way, like mentally, or you know, did you have to deal with any type of, you know, emotional sense of things, of, you know, having an abusive relationship, or how escaping it or getting out of it? Like, what was the transition to say, you know what, enough is enough? Or maybe I'm not, you said you were plus size, or maybe I'm not good enough, or maybe, you know, this, that, like, how did that intertwine with your self-esteem?
So I didn't really have self-esteem problems, but I had was guilt problems, because since 91, when Ask Them Suckers, I dropped that record, I always wanted to tell the girls what Mama and them told me. So it's like, you're beat up, but you don't want nobody hitting them girls you rapping to. You stayed, and you don't want none of them girls to stay where they might get killed. What are you doing? What is going on? It was like one of them moments, like, girl, this is so stupid that you would preach to these girls about respecting themselves and not taking anything.
Yeah.
And here you
taking all of you.
Yes. Don't want to be in the club too long because
you're scared about what he gonna say. You don't know what he gonna react to.
All of that. So you know, that was a turning point for me. Like, hold up, you can't be trying to tell these girls what not to take, and you taking it all. You know, like, you have to draw the line. Either you gonna get your ass whipped and stay inside and be quiet. Or you gonna leave, you know, and never be afraid to say, yeah, y'all, I used to
get beat.
Yeah.
And it took you 8 years to get to that point.
Yeah. See, I'm so crazy, like a creature of habit and hate. I grieve like losses. You know, I like people to just stay with me. And even if it's bad, because if I can see a little good in you, that's enough.
That's enough.
And this guy was a good guy, and outside of the fights, You know what I'm saying? So we was together 8 years. We had these 5 fights. If I could have blocked out the fights, then I would have said he was a really good guy. But you cannot be with anybody that would get so mad that they will pop you.
That's a fact.
And so that is why I don't speak too much on it, you know, as far as like starring him up. But he had some really good qualities, and we had some unfortunate clashes. And I just feel like when you feel it, you can feel things about people. When you feel it, that's when you're supposed to say like, hold up,
right,
this ain't gonna work.
This ain't gonna work.
Because we're gonna end up fighting. And when they say why, because you said and you feel, and I said and I feel, like we gotta put that out on the front with people. And I think we don't do that because we be holding on to ideals and ideas.
Yeah, that's a fact. Jai, tell us about Jai. Am I saying her name right? Jill. Tell us about Jill.
Best friend. Oh, best friend you could have ever had in the world. Always kept a secret. You could tell her anything. You would never hear it again. She was a really good hairstylist. She was really, 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 really beautiful. She was 23 years old. She was leaving the salon. She worked in the salon on Carrollton. She was leaving the salon, and this man came up to her, and the witness said it looked like he was trying to reach. He didn't know if it was for her hand or her purse, and she was right at her car, and he shot her, and she died, and that was, oh my goodness. During that time, we had a couple of girlfriends that died. In the 90s, a lot of girls getting killed in New Orleans.
Really?
A lot.
I was too young to remember that.
But when she died, oh my goodness, girl, it took the life out of me because my mind, I was like, because me and Jill, we are gonna be old, and we are gonna travel, and, you know, she was that one that ride or die, and so that changed so much for me.
Jill died after or before your parents?
She died before my parents.
Before your parents.
She died before my parents. It was devastating for my parents. It was devastating for my whole family. When she died, and I've met really wonderful women that are definitely genuine friends, and I value them so much. But I've never met a friend like Jill. Never
met a Jill.
Never. That is so true. Like, I never did.
How were you? What was your, concept? Because people need to know how to deal with death or how to deal with certain things. She was 23, so how old were you?
I was 25.
And so did that cause seclusion? Jill's death, were you secluded from, was it, how did you work? How was it working?
I immediately went to the studio. And I worked in the studio, and it was hard. Okay,
you went straight to the studio after everything happened with Jill, and you made a song. And what was that song called?
Bout It, Bout It. Bout It, Bout It was a Master P's record, and I got on it. And I just wanted to shout Jill out, and it was the beginning of every time I dropped a record, I did a dedication to her. Because like I said, she really was my best friend. Oh my goodness, Jill was like the best. She was the best. The best. Never met a friend like that. Even when we had differences. She was one of those, okay, we gonna agree to disagree because this is my part, this is your part. And we gonna stand on what we say. But it shouldn't affect,
our relationship
as friends. Like, no, she really lived by that if you're not gonna worry about it in 5 years, don't spend no more than 5 minutes being mad about
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a good philosophy though.
it. You know.
Mm-hmm. That's real good. And you went and did Bout It, right? But you also made a song specifically for Jill.
Yeah, like every time I did an album, I did a dedication to her.
Mm-hmm.
It touched a lot of women who had lost friends.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we always hear about the senseless violence, you know, with men, and it's always like tragically shocking with women.
Mm-hmm.
But so many young girls have experienced losing a best friend.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something I had in common with a lot of girls that had been through loss, and you don't realize how many it is, you know, until someone approaches you about, you know, your loss.
Yeah, that's good. How was your time? Tell us a little bit about your time in No Limit. How, like, you know, like, how was that? No Limit was everything for the city. And so that means, you know, you being a part of it, like, you were everything for the city. And so people wanted to know, what happened to Mia? You know, a lot of people thought something with Master P or money issues or whatever the case may be. You know, tell us about how it was in No Limit.
No Limit was really cool. The boys, they were the best. Let's see. We didn't really have too many bad moments. The boys were boys, so when they had disagreements, they had boxing gloves. They had to fight it out. They pretty much listened to whatever I said.
That's a good thing.
They were very respectful.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it really wasn't too much of anything except my responsibilities. Now, most of the city, they knew what was going on because a lot, you know, my mom's funeral, they were public.
Mm-hmm.
So people knew what was going on. They knew my children. They knew why I stepped away. They saw Master P playing basketball as well.
Yeah.
So
in the NBA.
Right. So they didn't have too many questions. The biggest question was, when are you going to return? That's what I got. That's what I still get every day.
Yeah.
You know.
It's missing.
It wasn't like why you left. It was more like, okay, like when you're coming back.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So sometimes I say, well, I got my grandbaby. My daughter has a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just letting the new generation do them.
Uh-huh.
Like, y'all keep asking me. You see, I'm not gonna dye my hair, y'all.
They want to know when you coming
That's
back.
what
huh?
they want to know more than anything. Like, yeah, when you coming back?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, to make records. I'm like, y'all so serious.
You got sick. What was that? What happened? As far as you getting sick.
Recently.
Mm-hmm.
So recently, oh man, one day. Well, I'm lying. It had been going on for weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't tell nobody.
Yeah, that's what we do.
I was feeling these weird sensations, and I was like, I wonder if my heart is going bad. Now, you know, I'm a uterine cancer survivor, and so after being sick, it's always something else. It's always something else. Trust me, it's just not like you stand on cancer, you stomp on it, and you go about your business. No.
Something else.
Always.
Mm-hmm.
So I was getting these pains, and it was hurting so bad, and I was like, I wonder if I'm having a heart attack. I went out of town, came back home, and it was hurting so bad.
That you had to go to the hospital.
Yes. Well, my son was there, and I didn't want him to know how bad it was hurting. So I waited until he left to go back home.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went. So when I got there, I thought they was gonna just say a pinched nerve, something small. Then he was like, you can't go home. So 50 million tests later, peripheral neuropathy.
Okay, and what is that?
It happens a lot of times after chemotherapy or radiation.
Mm-hmm.
Your nerves are damaged and they hurt. They just jump around and do whatever they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happened. It was the worst pain. It made me scared. You know, I never felt that feeling. Like I really felt it in my heart.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what a heart attack feels like.
But you thought you were having one.
Man, it was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
You know, health. We push aside little aches and pains.
We do.
We push through the pain. We work through the pain. But that's not a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm encouraging ladies, if your period is too heavy, go see the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
If you're feeling any type of discomfort, go see the doctor. Don't push through it. Sometimes it's more serious than you think.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's where I'm at with it.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are on a lot of holistic kicks. I do a lot of holistic things as well.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to go see someone.
A physician.
You have to get diagnosed so
Mm-hmm.
that you know how to treat yourself, even if you're going to do it holistically. Don't ignore these pains.
Mm-hmm.
Don't, so I've been hurting for about 3 months, but I'm going to take an Advil or take a Tylenol. Go see what that is.
Mm-hmm.
If you notice any discolorations, any bruises, around the breast, around anywhere, go see about it. Maybe you did hit yourself in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you didn't.
Right.
Go see about yourself. It's extremely important for us to stay on top of our health. We can't get nothing done if we're not healthy.
Correct.
You can't get the bag. You can't secure the bag. You can't flip the bag.
Mm-hmm.
You can't keep the bag if you're sick.
That's a fact. Secure it, flip it, keep it, get it.
Yes. You can't, so.
Yeah, that's really good. And we need to know that, especially our culture. We are so afraid of a doctor. We're so afraid of a diagnosis. We're so afraid of, what.
Because we got stuff to do. That's, I think that's the biggest problem. I got to do this, and this. Lord, if this man tell me that my heart is, or my lungs are, that's how we start feeling. So we work through the pain.
Definitely.
We can't, because we have to be here.
Yeah. You went from always wanting to be a rapper, no matter what anybody asks you, from elementary to middle to high school, you always wanted to be a rapper. You got into the rap game. You were signed to No Limit, making hit after hit. You experienced death with your best friend. You experienced death with your father, your mother, your grandmother after each other. I even heard you said you there was 14 people in your family that died in an 8-month period.
18 months.
18-month period. So that's almost like losing somebody every month, every other month, or every 40 days you lost somebody, having to deal with that. Then you had, being a cancer survivor, then going through another, sickness, but yet you still stand. Would you say that going through all of that helped push you into the purpose that you were called to do, as far as cooking, sharing the stories from what, Maman told you, to help other women, to help other children, to help families, to bridge the gap, to bring people together? Would you say that you went through all of those different things? Not that you went through those for your purpose, but in going through all of those things, your purpose was birthed?
Back in the day, we didn't have empowerment seminars, but we used to meet up at different colleges, auditorium full of women. So what I do now is very similar to what I did then. If a journalist came over, I cooked. If I was gonna be on Rap City or MTV Raps, I cooked. I think I went through the stuff that I went through because it was in my cards. I believe that, from the time we are born, there is a whole book on everything that's going to happen. And I think the stuff that happened. And it happened for me to be able to tell my story like every woman has her story. And hopefully, where I was stuck on stupid or where I was a knucklehead, hopefully it will help someone get off the stupid button or not even go the knucklehead route. Hopefully me getting sick, when I tell you go to the doctor because you feeling something, you go to the doctor. Hopefully when I tell you that I was hit and I stayed and then I left, you leave sooner than I do.
You did.
Every woman has a story and it's unique, and sometimes when you hear the things that a woman has been through, you are taken aback, you're astounded, and you're trying to figure out how she made it. All women know how to do is do. And there are some extraordinary and courageous women, amongst your very circle. It's just us taking the time out to find out about each other. But with everything I do, even the bad stuff, I hope good can come out of it. Like I said, I had parents that I could have talked to and I didn't. So if you have parents that you can talk to your parents. Don't go and get pregnant. There's so much life ahead of us. And with young people, I encourage them to live, travel, and live. Don't beef with anybody. Go and see this beautiful country and see abroad. And live. Life is so fun.
Right.
But we make it hard. We can tie ourselves down with criminal records. We can tie ourselves down with children. We can tie ourselves down with various addictions. Just live. You ain't got to do none of that. Live. The world is really fun when you take your time and just step into it. We rush so many things. We either want to be grown, or we want to be hard-headed, but life is good.
Life is good.
Live that life.
Live it. Yeah. Thank you for that. This new chapter of things. This, like I said, with the cooking, and you have a restaurant. You have you started a community of Team Whip Them Pots.
Yes.
You have a community of people whipping the pots. And just to say, you just lit up. Like, your smile is huge. Like, you really enjoy doing that. How, just give us a little briefing on, what does cooking do for you, and why you decided to go on and come out with the book and, things of that sort.
So when you satisfy someone through food, it's so fulfilling for me. To watch people smile.
Dance when they eat, because I'm a dancer. When I eat and it's good, I'm dancing.
And seconds and thirds. Can I take some? Is it really gone? So that's a good thing for me. That was a good thing for my mom. Like to see people enjoy themselves, good conversation and good food, and cooking is therapeutic for me. Sometimes when I want to chop a neck, I chop an onion.
Gotcha.
Yes, it is very therapeutic for me from that standpoint. The cooking, it keeps my inner, it keeps it in check.
Yeah.
My family had this thing we call chicken therapy. My baby daddy made a baby on me. I was crying. It was a boo-hoo moment. So my mom said to go in the kitchen and take out the 2 chickens. So she told me that in her family, a lot of times when the women would go through stuff, they would cut the chickens up and wash the chicken, bag the chicken, put it in the freezer or prepare it. So we were gonna fry it and bake it. So she told me, you know, just cut that bird before you cut that bird. And you know, just talk your way through it. Now you feel a joint, so you're feeling the joint, so you can cut the legs and cut the wings. And I'm literally in the kitchen talking to myself.
Talking to yourself.
I'm crying. I cut the chicken perfect. And chicken therapy was born. And my mom said sometimes she could tell there was stuff going on even with her mama and daddy and like her grandmother and grandfather, because the freezer would be packed
with chicken.
Cut up chicken. So yeah, you know, cooking is therapeutic, and then just being able to see the people enjoy the conversations that food bring.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. I love it.
You love it. And Mia X, things my grandma told me, things my grandma showed me, a cookbook memoir from 1975 to 2001. Baby, mama ain't no joke, okay?
That's where we lost Mama in 2001. But yes, she was not a joke. Mama said some really profound things. I did an audio book as well. I read it.
You read it, because people love the way that Indo slang ain't no joke.
I read the book, and it's a memoir in the front, and it's recipes, 60 recipes in the back, and it's really, really cool. It's my life. It's a little more of me than most people know. You get to find out how I was when I was 5.
Oh, okay.
But I hope if anybody reads the book, what I want them to take from it is that family is extremely important. Cooking is important. And keeping it real is important.
It's important. Yakime, the drunk soup. I've never made yakime before. I've eaten it maybe twice.
What?
So I'm a country girl, but every time I've eaten it, I've loved it.
Yeah,
so
you have to make it. You really love.
But I have family that call their gumbo. Like we have an aunt that cooked gumbo, and they call it the drunken gumbo, because she would be drunk and she would ball them heads up, and she would do this, and so it was very spicy, very flavorful, and so they always called it the drunk gumbo. But so to hear this yakime,
so
the drunk soup,
that's what they called it in New Orleans. When my grandmother and them were younger, so yak meat was served in bars. And it was served when someone had too much to drink. So that's why, if you notice in the clubs late at night, they sell yakime.
Oh.
It balances off the alcohol. That's what they say. I don't know, girl.
You don't know?
But I know one thing. I like it.
No, I like yakime too, and I can't wait to taste it, guys. You guys have to get this book. And before we end, there's one thing that I want to do. I always play a game with my guests. And it's called Truth or Dare. And I want to play that game with you. And so it's Dare and Truth, and you have to answer them all. And so I'm just going to let you pick which one you want to start with, Truth or Dare. Truth. Okay, tell us something about Mia X that no one knows.
I eat Pringles potato chips with hot sauce and ketchup.
And ketchup? Chips with ketchup?
And hot sauce.
And what kind of Pringles?
The plain.
Plain? Oh. Okay.
I do.
That must be like after the munchies or something.
I don't really know what it is, but
like
no, I always did that.
You always did that?
Since I was like a little child.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's different.
That's not a Mia X thing. That's a Mia thing.
That's a Mia thing. Oh yeah, that's different. That's different. Okay, that's something I would never try. So, what about Truth or Dare? Truth. Okay, tell us something that you have coming up in the future. or that you're working on?
A few things though. The main thing is the food truck.
Oh, so you have a restaurant and a food truck?
So no, well, what's gonna happen is, the food truck is gonna be priority to everything, because it's being customized and for my comfort. I get tired.
Gotcha.
And I can't stand up as long as I used to.
Gotcha.
But yeah, the food truck. So what else is coming up for me? So you really want to be on the lookout for my apron line.
Oh, that is gonna be good. You know, is it gonna be like really like cutesy, like sexy, like type apron?
Really cute and sexy, like almost you're gonna want to wear it out.
Oh, okay, good. Because it's crazy that you said that. My mother-in-law, she has everything. Oh my gosh, she has everything. And so if I'm at her house, and I don't like to get undressed a lot of times, like if I have something on, I like to keep it on, but
Right.
I always have to get over the stove, and she's like, well, put the apron on. And I'm like, ugly apron. So I want an apron so bad. And the fact that you're
apron,
coming, yes,
yes.
I want a cute, girly, like, you know, look at me. I can take pictures and selfies. I can dance in the apron. That's me. I want that type of apron. So I'm excited about that. I will be purchasing the new aprons, okay?
Hey.
And you will see me all over Snapchat, all over Instagram and Facebook in my apron, okay? So I cannot wait for that. I can't wait. So I'm gonna do a dare for you.
Okay.
So everybody know you to be a rapper. So I dare you to rap either the alphabets or rap your favorite like childhood, you know, song.
Rap my favorite childhood song.
You know, whether it's the Barney song or Sesame Street or something like that. Or the alphabets.
It would be cheating to do the alphabet because I did that before. So
Okay.
not childhood song. So let me see what the hell. What did I? Who did I like? I'm trying to think because I'm from.
I was like, you know, you're from, you know, because, you know, only thing come to my head is like the Barney, the I love you,
No,
you love me, and then the Sesame Street.
Barney wasn't even alive.
Oh,
in my
God.
day.
Okay.
No. Barney was my children.
And so, you know how we have Chuck E. Cheese here? I have an older friend who said that there wasn't Chuck E. Cheese. What was it
It
called?
was Showbiz.
Showbiz.
So I'm trying to see what my favorite. Sunny days, cloudy days, any day was okay with Sesame Street. You can find anything on Sesame Street. You can see Big Bird on Sesame Street, Oscar, Cookie Monster on Sesame Street. Don't talk about the count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Open the door on Sesame Street. Girl, I don't know.
That was really good. That was really good. No, that was really good. On Sesame Street, okay? On Sesame Street.
Okay, Sesame Street, I think had been on maybe, I think Sesame Street is 60.
Okay.
So Sesame Street was relatively new. We had Sesame Street, we had the Electric Company.
Okay, we're not familiar with that.
We had, I mean, I remember, see, we had 4, 8, 6, and 26. That was the only
channels?
Yeah.
Oh. They did y'all wrong. I mean, that's all y'all had.
That's all we had.
Okay.
Yeah. It
So-
was Archie Bunker and Good Times, all that. It was in real time when
Gotcha.
I was a child.
Gotcha. Yeah. So it was yeah.
It
Okay.
was, yeah, like that week. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So but y'all got the good times then. Y'all got it
We
good.
got- man, TV is so sensitive now because TV was lit.
Oh no, y'all got the good stuff. Let's do another dare. I dare you to sing your favorite chorus of a love song.
Girl.
Whitney Houston, Sade,
Girl.
Prince.
Well, why would you be saying sing anything?
I mean, cause see, we see you as a rapper, but I'm sure you got some. I don't believe you.
That singing. Oh my goodness. And then other people, them people, the songs I like, them people can sing.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, okay. So since you're not the singer, what about doing a act out of like your favorite movie? Friday, Dukes of Hazzard.
Well, my favorite movie,
Coming to America.
so my favorite movie was Sparkle.
The new Sparkle?
Hell no.
Okay.
Hell no. Hell no.
Okay. So act out a line. Tell me a line. Give us a little play. Give us a play of it.
So when sister was laying in the bed and she had shot some drugs, and so her man was asking her was she cross because she wasn't responding fast, but I think it was because of the drugs. So this is not a real dare, but I used to do this when I was a little girl.
Oh, so you got one up on us.
Prop myself on the pillows. So he was beating her, and it was the way her body was going, and I would lay on the pillow and go. She wouldn't cry. She didn't cry. She didn't scream. It was like, what? Oh, I cannot believe this. He's like hitting her, but she was just so high.
She was high.
I would do that. I would do that in the bed all the time. But I don't know. There were so many good movies when I was out. When I was a little girl, we had all the gangster movies.
All the gangster movies. That's fun. And so one more, and we're gonna do a truth. What is your like one of your most like gangster times that you can remember that's good for TV? That you know what I'm saying, like in the 7th Ward, you know, like what was one of those times where it was like, bro?
Oh girl, I had so many of those, but well, I can tell you a funny gangster time, but
Tell
it
me
was
about
gangster.
All right, come on.
I was in the car with my friend. He did security for No Limit. He was one of P's best friends. They came up together. So we in the car. We by K&B. We on 4th Street. And so these guys was in the street. And it was like they were fighting, playing.
Play fighting?
Yeah, but they was in the street and they didn't want to move. So there was a car, there was us, and then some more cars. The car behind us, blue. And they knew it wasn't the car in front, you know, because they could see that car, so they thought it was us. So they came to the car and they was cursing us. And so my partner said, hold up, mama. I'm gonna go out here and fight them right quick. So like it was like 6 of them. So he had this bag that had a gun in it. I knew that bag had a gun in it because it was a gun bag. So he gets out the car.
With the bag or without the bag?
Without the bag. So they jumping him, but not really. He conking their heads together.
Real Chuck Norris stuff.
Yeah, uppercut one, popped the other one. No, it was like real. It was unbelievable because he wasn't losing, and it was like, how are you not losing? But in the meantime, I was trying to go in his bag to get the gun in case he slipped and fell or something. Or somebody got a lucky punch. I couldn't get the bag. Every time I felt like I was at a zipper, it was like some safety pins or something. He beat them up. They ran. They ran. And so he got in the car. And I said, well, I I really didn't feel like getting out fighting with them boys. They really was gonna beat me up. I said, but I can't believe you won. I said, but I was trying to go in your bag to get the gun because I really would help you. Like, so he said, oh, you're not gonna be able to get in there because my mama nigga rigged it. I was like, what? He was like, my mama fixed it and can't nobody get in there. Not that nigga but me. So I was like, okay, now that I know that, I know this ain't no help. So I'm like, but you know, you won. And he was like, yeah, mama, now if it would have been one dude, he would have whipped my butt. He said, but if it's more than one, I'm going to tear them up. But that was the truth. Oh my goodness, I could not believe that. So 20 years later, we in the car. We going to the studio to meet P and them. We don't really know where we're going. So we slow and we looking. So the people, they looking. So we looking. And they looking. So then the people start acting like, well, what you want to do? Mm-hmm. So he says, look, mama, open the door and just get out and start walking around that way because seem like they tripping. Mm-hmm. So I say, bruh, we old. You is not about to do nothing with these people. So the dude was like, I'm saying. So I call him my brother. You know, he was like, I'm saying then. So then I said, excuse me, we are lost. We are looking for the studio. So the guy go, oh, my bad. It's right back here. He said, see, we just got into it with somebody. And then when y'all pulled up and y'all was looking, so we was looking. So my friend was like, no, dog, it's nothing like that. I'm just trying to get my sister to the studio. But yeah, so I was in that with him.
He was about to get y'all shot up.
Man.
And all you have to do was say, I was lost.
Man. I was like, I don't know what it is, but whenever we always end up when nothing happens. Mm-hmm. But he is my brother. We've been a lot of stuff together. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of crazy stuff, but we came out on top.
Ain't that? Look at God.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
All day.
So that was fun. Thank you so much. Is there anything you want to tell the people? Any type of advice you want to give anybody? Is there, you want to tell them your social media handles, where they can, follow you at, where they can purchase the book, where they can purchase anything coming out?
So go to my website, teamwhipdempots.com. Not them, like my mom said it, DEM.
Come on.
Teamwhipdempots.com. And you can get my audiobook and the ebook on all platforms. I also have a $5.99 13 recipe ebook. Help you jumpstart like weight loss. Great vegan recipes. A lot of cool stuff in that too. Follow me on Instagram, the Mama Mia X. Follow me on Twitter, the Real Mia X. Follow me on Facebook, Mia X. And like I said, ladies, don't give up on your dreams. And one more thing you gotta know, no matter what your situation is, and you in it, you the prize. You the prize.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mia, for coming in and sharing your story. Like you said, we all have a story. Yes. So thank you so much for coming in and sharing your story. And I believe that everything you talked about, as far as loss and as far as everything you went through will help somebody be able to stand on all 10 and still be great. Because even after all of that, you have your restaurant, you have your food truck coming out, you have your cookbook and your memoir. Like, you have so much going on that, we still can win in the end. We still have that power. God still has, purpose, and he's instilled so much in us, and he has something for us to do even in the midst of everything that we go through. So never giving up. And I just want to, say thank you so much for coming on the couch and sharing with my people and your people. Just thank you for that, and greatly appreciate it. And guys, until next time, Uncovered. Thank you. Bye-bye.